11 out of 12. Will it fire? Holy shit, it's so stressful. One more. Pioneer Gamer. Everybody hold. We got there. What world we live in? MTG. Billions of millions of players worldwide, right? Infinite revenue. And Magic Online barely collects 12 players to fire a Prelim. How ironic. Is that Sky Nomad? No, that's the Wellspring. My mana stinks. Can't cast Apparition on free. Let's keep. I have like 2 combo pieces, so a Gilded Amalia will be it. Please explain the list. I'm losing my shit. I net decked. I decided that since my Amalia ventures were medium successful, I will go and grab the best Amalia list from the challenges this weekend, which was Bullwinkle's too, and Bullwinkle sparks something. So the only thing I did is I swapped a C-Note Scout to a second Dina because I surely liked double Dina. Ready for the blue-white matchup to get even worse when I get Mana Leak? No, I'll just pay for it. My cards are cheap. I have like 1-drops in my deck. What do I think of the new green charm for Titan? I think it would be better than Explore at 2G. And it's uncastable and therefore not a consideration in the slightest at the current cost, unfortunately. But I already fantasize about it being 2G. I think Fotsis has basically always been the best card in Pioneer. Alright, what about Oko, Thief of Crowns? I guess Fotsis is probably better than Oko. Yeah, Zoko was legal for 2 weeks, something like that. Chat, there was Oko, Simic, Stompy with Galta. You played 8 elves and you sometimes even played a Goose and you wanted to play Oko on 2 or a Lothshark Beast if not that. Or a Yorvo. Or a Steel Leaf Champignon. Cord is a good draw here. Hmm. So if I sorcerer speed and I hit Amalia Walker, they have to spend the treasure. Sounds good to cast it now. Veteran Amalia? Or do I want to Goose because she's green? It's green. No, I think I just want Veteran Amalia for 2 explores. I have 4 green on my lands. Whoa, opponent's at 11 life. Communication. 8 life. Holy shit. I guess they did play 40s and free crypts, right? Is it beneficial for me to attack? The apparition? Not really because of Convoke. You're sad you've never seen Croxa to Uro. Croxa wasn't played very often with Uro existing, but it was played a bit for sure. They push, they can escape Croxa. Oh wait, they're Giganta, so they don't even have Sholdred. I see. Should I be coding for my other Sentinel here? Or should I play the Sentinel? I think cording is for Amalia is valuable. Might also be cording for Wildgrove Walker. Let's wait. I can also attack for 4. It's half the life total. I can also cord for Dina. Let's not cast the cord now to not make casting Croxa easier. Escape to the ranks is gonna be... Return to the ranks is gonna be pretty awesome. Chat, Pioneer first existed with... was with Throne of Eldraine. They'll get to escape Croxa now. Oh, it's Triosk. Actually. I had not realized that it was Triosk. Holy shit, Pioneer is 5 years old. That is downright insane. I hope I draw a Gilded Goose now.
He's a
That would be truly awesome.
control player.
65 is the 19th distinct semi-prime and the third of the form where Q is a higher prime. 65 has a prime aliquot sum of 19 within an aliquot sequence of 1 composite numbers, 65, 19, 1, 0, to the prime,
This PT
as the first
testing.
member of the 19 aliquot tree. It is
Sort
an
of.
octagonal number. It is also a Cullen number. Given 65, the Mertens function returns
I actually
0.
get to beat Storm
This
this
number
way.
is also the magic constant of n Queen's problem for n equals 5.
Holy shit.
6 to the power of 5 equals 1 to the power of 5 plus 2 to the power of 4 plus 3 cubed plus 4 squared plus 5
just
to
win.
the power of 1.65 65 65 65 65 65 65 65 65 65 65
Am I excited for any of the new cards?
65 65
I don't know, we look at
65,
them between
65.
rounds. But I'm not quite excited just yet. Holy shit, Dina just wins games. Alright, so I'll cut the geese in the matchup for Voices and Sentinel anyways. And I cut 2 court for 2 push to respect the dinosaur a little bit, but I think by now people should not play many of those. The attack didn't even matter, I would have dealt enough damage without... just with Dina triggers. What do I think of the blue-eyed matchup? Is there any way to win it? It's a bad matchup. I have not found a way to win it. You hate that they noir everything. It is kind of jarring that literally every single creature ever is a detective. And many characters come back and they are detectives now. Like, yeah, I guess. I guess Gilded Goose is a card that's particularly bad against blue-white, so that's a good point. Holy shit, Alzik, you have solved it. Just add a Planeswalker and blue-white is gonna be fine. I think I did scroll through Planeswalkers a few times and failed to find exciting ones. I'm so excited to pay the Ward 1 ability on Graveyard Trespasser. Holy shit, Trespasser is so strong against this deck. Ren is a walker, but also effectively has no abilities that do anything. Which is an issue. Holy shit! That's cheating, you're not supposed to kill it! Doesn't help when your creatures are individually weak at attacking. Yeah. The list I copied here for this prelim had 4 Sentinel of Nameless City, which is okay at attacking. Okay to overextend into lockdown. Attacks into Emperor. I've had Welcoming Vampire be pretty decent against them, but the other best card I have found is Thoughtseize, and they don't really pair well together. Vampire and Thoughtseize. Why can't I take Company? Is there a bug? Kellan is Omega based. Kellan is solid, but also like not a big deal. But I liked him, yeah. Let's take Dina. Oh. Let's cast it while I can. But yeah, basically all the lists I ever see, they always play Goose, and the non-Goose one don't perform, so I just decided to play a Prelim with the Goose list a while ago, so now seems like a good time. Nice. But you know, just thinking of the decks you play against, the Goose looks pretty shit. Still, so it is puzzling. No, come on. Can hit apparition, but let's wait for combat. Flips day into night, doesn't matter, I think. Giganta. Take one. Need to hit the apparition. If I don't, then it's gonna be bad. Zajebiście sobie dostanę tego żyćka, nie? I was thinking Amalia Giga dropped, but it's like Magus in Modern. People just gonna play it because it's easy. Hey, that's the combo. Let's play it. It's easy and it's effective when you actually run into that, but even though it's Giganaro one matchup. Only type deal. Nice combo. Unfortunately, opponent paid 2 red for a creature. Fair. Please no Path of Peril. I mean, please nothing. I don't beat the board, so they can Path of Peril. That's fine. I did not play Legacy yesterday, no. This is Menatsa too, so I just die. Let's have another chord to find to answer the Ferocidon. Maybe I can skip Reservoir. Haven't seen Graveyard Hate, have seen the Ferocidon. The Lotus combo players moving away from the Proctor builds has to be good for this deck. They even moved into the Proctor builds. I've only seen Rash play it once. Scooz seems decent here, no? No, it doesn't. What do you think it does in the matchup? Sits there on the board, consumes my opponent's fatal push from their graveyard. Holy shit, that's gonna break the board wide open. Cool bird, Zach, thanks. I guess Court of Calling is also a bird. And if you... Archon of Emeria too, right? Consumes the one Croxa. Holy shit. Once I consume Croxa, I'll lose to their creatures. Because I played an irrelevant dude. That is reality shattering, eye opening, and impressive. I think my goal in the matchup is more so to have good top decks. Combo with Return to the Ranks. Harass up a little bit with Sentinel of Nameless City, if possible or needed. That's what I want to do. I think I don't really achieve that with a Scavenging Ooze. No, I haven't changed my mind on Sentinel being bad. In fact, I didn't have a strong opinion about Sentinel being bad. Except that it felt pretty bad in, I guess, Giga Multiples, which I had it in. But I just net decked this list to play a different list than what I normally played. You're certainly a ruthless person, Portable Head. I think I'll keep those two in hand. If I get go blanked, I'll cry. I think 4 copies of Sentinel is probably not the best against red-black, but it might be the best against blue-white when I think of it. Think about it. Flipped GTFO. GTFO, my Dina. Dina GTFO'd. I think the Kailas was a bit failed. A bit of a failure, given that nice mana base, thanks. Being not uncastable, although now it looks castable, but well, it's not that insane, I think, but it is a bit hard with Chord at the same time. Go blank, holy fucking shit. Kurwa mać, no go blank. Throw blank. Jezus Maria, no, jak mnie wypierdoli taki Goblank. This is 4-4. Holy shit. It's insane. Let's get Sentinel. Maybe that's a bad idea to try to race with this, but I think just Apparition versus free cards is too weak. Company. That sounds good. It was Minrot and Excel my graveyard. Otherwise I could have kept the return to the ranks, which wouldn't be too good, but discard NT. Black Cliff Cleaves. Is Giganta officially washed now? Shouldered with Giganta taking its place? Discuss. No dawaj no. Co tam będziesz robić? Was Giganta good at any point in time? Obviously. Those were some insane hits actually. Do I want to drive voice? Might be good enough, honestly. It's infinitely better than a land. Yeah, whatever, let's keep it. And I get to attack into Bone Crusher. Stomp. Cool. Oh no, you do it this way? That's less cool. But fine still. Trade for Bonk Rusher. Our opponent has no cards. Bonk Rusher and Giganta. And I draw a voice. I get to explore onto Sentinel. Return to the ranks is not particularly good to draw with just Dina in my graveyard. Chad, did you know you can request songs on the stream? Otherwise, we're gonna listen to Seal Kiss from a Rose. Sentinel Omega based. This game was a pretty impressive Sentinel game. Granted, if my opponent had Shroud in his deck, then maybe it would have been less impressive. Because it is getting beaten by Shroud, but it does beat Bone Crusher Giants. This attack implies what? Bone Crusher Giant, and if I block, it's bad for me. But could also mean push, and then if I block with Prosperous Innkeeper, that's even worse for me. I could also just let it through, and then he gets to free roll 2 damage. But for sure he had drawn Stomp or push. And then I get to attack with the Sentinel, trade. Okay, I like that better. Taking damage. So now I get to play the voice. Resurgence. Yeah. Don't hit a land. Company, awesome. Should not die to most things and I get to draw company. How confident am I feeling about Gent / Amulet today? I'm at total peace that Amulet is a great choice and I will perform to my best. But only because I use my no fear sideboard guide. If you would use a fearful sideboard guide, you would catch sagas and be like, holy shit, Magus is so hard to beat. Sorcerer speed because why not? Just because Trespasser actually. Do I have an attack with the Sentinel? I gain the life. Trade for Bone Crusher Giant, gain the life. So if both attack, at least one needs to be blocked, so they need to trade Bone Crusher for this. He has 4 power here. I'll have 6 life. This goes 3, 6 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 power. Saying to block 2 creatures if this gets activated, so I do get to block 2 creatures. I go this, and I win. So it seems like I can attack. Oh.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Wow. Is he trying to line it up so they have to move the token? Or was he just thinking about the block? Prosperous Innkeeper. I mean, that's rather weak. What happens when I draw an Innkeeper next turn? When draws nothing. This match convinced me Sentinel is Giga based. It's been pretty good this match, yeah. So villain draws land, passes, has Hive, Trespasser 4/4. I don't know, this just sucks to draw.
He's a
I'll draw
phenomenal
something better.
control player.
9.
Erks Mytige, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate that plenty. Draws land but grabs Giganta. That changes everything. Flips the stupid Trespasser and I draw a land. Holy shit. You don't think gooses make Coco so bad sometimes? I do think that, yeah. Holy shit, what a draw. Just attack out and make them block, no. Well, if I attack with all of my creatures, then I die. So we don't do that. If I attack with 2 voices, my opponent blocks, and I don't die. So we attack with the voices. I don't know, maybe I don't even attack. Because I trade, I like switch my voice. No, the attack is bad for me. Could draw return to the ranks, company cord. I mean, cord for what though? Sentinel of Nameless City? Probably. We would lose if we swing with voices. How come? They have to charm block twice. Then they untap, they can attack me for 5, I have 6 life. If voice dies, then I get a blocker, so... Well, but I get a blocker. Don't you know that Voice of Resurgence has an ability? When it dies, it makes a blocker. So, it's either getting charm blocked, kills my opponent, or I get a blocker. So, my opponent eliminates the I die possibility, and it's either charm block, or I get a blocker. Which means that if I swing with them, I don't die, but the swing looks poor to me as I end up trading a 2/2 illusion for my voice. Which maybe is okay, but doesn't strike me as great. Trespasser is just unfair. Maybe I should play Trespassers in my deck. Probably dragging the Prelim for everyone too, yeah. But over what? I don't know. Just like a simple thought. Trespasser also typically pretty solid against Phoenix, although not really all that great when it already walks into 10,000 Anger of the Gods that they will board. So it actually probably doesn't work out well in the deck. Trespasser is just good when paired with Thoughtseize, not with random cards. No dobra, bijesz czy nie? Grasz czy srasz? Ziomeczku. Let's draw return to the ranks. Almost. Trespasser flipped. It's small now. But I don't think I can attack. Charm block, eat block. I get 1 token, 2 blockers. Charm block, die to a land. Are the other Amulet streams going to be posted to YouTube as well? All of my streams get posted to YouTube. I just sometimes I'm a bit slow, but they get there. I probably could do it straight from Twitch. Why do I do it from my own PC? I just want to record anyways, I guess. The attack still bad, even worse now. Would I play Spyglass Siren if it was white? No. Maybe. Probably not. Alright, this race is gonna time out. Or not. Now I draw Return to the Ranks, and I get 3 Wildgrove Walkers. Holy shit, no, that's instead a Mana Confluence. That is death to a land, and even not to a land, right? No. No, no land doesn't kill. Holy shit, I can only make it a 4/4. Because I can't tap Confluence. Can reanimate 3 creatures and then I die to a land. He draws a land. And like attack him. 2/1. Can also reanimate 4 creatures tapping the elemental token. Let's reanimate 4 creatures. Convoking with elemental question mark? Yes, yes. NGL, I have always hated Confluence in this deck. Do you also hate tapping your lands for correct colors of mana and placing them on the stack? Because You sure sound like you do. He has 16 seconds, so I guess making a block sounds pretty valuable. That actually would be a decent draw. Wait, he was at 0 second, now he's at 5? Right out of time, okay. So I won, but like this... Once again... Lots of pain. Just weak top decks. But the Sentinel, I don't know, looked okay, but still, like, in a situation like this, I was not favored to win, which keeps being a problem. There was also something interesting about the blue-eyed lists that did well in those challenges. Namely, they all seem to main deck Hallowed Moonlight, which is hacking unfair. And probably really good against that. Because Moonlight even works if you lock down creatures and your opponent kills the lockdown. You can Moonlight them. And that works, that stops me. Holy shit, and a mana leak too? That's gonna be too much, man. You're on Moonlight super combo. It actually is a combo because they don't have creatures, so they can't Moonlight anything. But you can even Moonlight Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Oh, you blink lockdown, okay. I mean, it's not much of a combo then. Sure, you can stop fires for a turn. I don't know how good that is, but you can. Holy shit, Gilded Goose is looking so good here. Reflection is cast from exile, right? Wrong. It's not. Holy shit, the goose got stomped. It's actually so good. Ksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. Koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan. Bo wiedzie białe węgorz. Can hit the combo now, so. Or just Amalia to hit lands. Holy shit, 2 more geese. Kinol jak u tabalugi. That's why I don't like goose. Bro, I don't like goose either, the card is shit. I get it. In fact, let me explain my motivation behind playing this prelim with the goose list. Namely, I played a lot with Amalia. I ended up feeling like I can't build an Amalia deck that feels strong enough to my tastes. But every list that posts that gets a result of, in challenges is the goose list, so I was like, I'll play with the goose list again. Just play Llanowar Elf, bro. I don't think Llanowar Elf would be better than goose. The consistent struggle with the deck is the struggle for good top decks. Which the goose doesn't change when I like. And I don't have a solution to that. I want to draw a Skaglev apparition. I don't think so. I am digging towards something actually strong. Even if they escape Croxa. They reveal Amalia. Yes, Amalia Graveyard. Walker. Have I tried the Vivian that tutors and lets you play the top? That does sound like a sideboard card. And 5 mana is too much. Lesser converted mana cost. It's 3 mana, question mark, 3 plus GG. It's a common mistake that new players make. The card, like you could interpret this card as costing 3 mana total, 2 of which need to be green, but it's actually 3 of any kind and 2 green manas. Don't you mean the Vivian from War of the Spark? Let's read Eric's message once again. Have you tried the Vivian that tutors? -2 search. And lets you play off the top. You may cast creature spells from the top. Question mark. Maybe 5 is too much though. 5. My interpretation is that Eric's meant this Vivian. Put the revealed card into graveyard. They seem not to have removal for the Amalia, so we can keep the Walker, right? No, I was talking about the war one. All those words were typos. Holy shit. If they kill my Amalia, I can crack the food to mill the Walker and draw something better instead. Do I think assemble the players will be playable in Amalia? Perhaps, but... well, worth trying, probably. Right, it's a 2 mana card, so... pretty cheap. But I need to read it. Is it 2 drops or is it power 2 or less? Power 2 or less. Do I play Pioneer in prep to a big tournament arc? Yes. The Pro Tour is in Pioneer. Now possible I can finally cut the geese. I have not thought about Lotus with the GGG Lent tutor / Ascension split card, but maybe it is worth thinking about. It is not a card you can play with Thespian stage ever, so that's a pretty big problem. How about Sylvan Caryatid for a removal proof mana dork in the sideboards? Holy shit. That sounds great. They will never be able to remove it. They took my Innkeeper. Honestly makes sense, it fuels my return and my Amalia pretty well. I boarded Get Lost because I am so scared of Ferocidons. But maybe I'm just a fearful individual. Holy shit, Aetherflux Reservoir, that card fits into my deck perfectly. It's just such great synergy with life gain. Holy shit, I just imagined a vampire, an elegant wedding going party goer vampire tasting the blood he just thieved, getting into a helicopter and just flying around. It was so funny. If you draw goose, you are even closer to 50. I have boarded out the goose. There should be a rule that if you kill the vehicle, you also kill the creature by crewing it. But it should be like right now only. Was the reservoir ever good? A tiny bit. Is Amalia my favorite deck for the PT right now? No, I would register Phoenix. Lotus no Gucci. I can never live with my Lotus win rate up to the expectations set by Raesht and other players, so I think Lotus is just simply not for me. But it is a strong deck. Some dude said stop playing pieces in Phoenix in 2024. Thoughts? That dude for sure said that. Takes so much brain power to play when the enemy do not concede. If that's your problem, then you definitely shouldn't play Lotus, yeah. Personally, me, I find the games where my opponent like the games that happened before my opponent gets to concede or not hard. I'll kill Enti because he's so good and he's gonna pressure me so hard, so. Weird that you feel that way when Amulet is kinda similar, in your opinion. It's a different deck. They are similar in that they are a combo deck. With the Amulet deck, I'm familiar with the combo. With the Lotus Field deck, I just don't vibe with it as much. Tracking mana at competitive IRL sucks. Competitive IRL. Bro, you can, like, that's bullshit. You can just use dice, it's fine. Everybody actually does that, nobody cares. To make Fotzies bad. Tracking all the mana with Mr. Beast is always a bit more confusing. I just say I have 50 mana and I can start casting stuff. If my opponent objects, I say I don't care. No, co jest kurwa kozaczką? Mogę zeksplorować, czy nie? Awesome. How do I like the red-black matchup with Amalia? It's not too good, not too bad. Depends. If I top deck a land, it's bad. If I top deck a company, it's good. It's a bad matchup. I think the Amalia top decks are too weak on average for the matchup to be actually good, and it's pretty hard to address that. So if I don't literally draw company immediately, I'll die. And even if I do, I probably am not too much ahead. Well, that was a reason not to play land, I guess. And Graveyard Gluton is insane. Honestly, I should just play red-black, but play 4 Graveyard Glutons because I know how insane that card is, and many just don't. And Get Lost sucks actual ass. Get Lost, Bone Crusher Giant. But yeah, I had company in my opening hand, which actually was a mistake. I shouldn't have had it in my opening hand. Because I'm gonna lose because of that. Because it gets discarded. Company. Chord of Calling. Chord of Calling being a bad top deck is an issue too. If it was a good top deck, it would be better. But it is a bad top deck, so this is not good. I think Graveyard Trespasser is one of the cards you dislike playing against the most ever. I think they should print more word discard cards to modern. Holy shit, I forgot to click my chord. I was supposed to click chord, get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apparition, eat, jump, eat. Then I would draw company and win. Whoops. Honestly, any deck I play ever in Pioneer, when I play against Graveyard Trespasser, I just get destroyed. So next Pioneer Prelim, I play with Rakdos. I play 4 Trespasser list. But like you go look at the top performing list, that's 2 Trespassers. Holy shit. That can't be right. 2 Trespasser. Holy shit. There's no way they play 2, they always have it. 3 Graveyard Trespasser. See, this just, you know, add a 4th one. 4 Leyline of the Void. Holy shit. Aklazots. Deepest Betrayal. Let's build a perfect Rakdos list. I don't even have a Rakdos list to start with. Yeah, Edel gets it. Graveyard Trespasser times 4. People constantly asking Ginger's chat if they can cut Trespassers too. Oh, this is a Giganta deck. I mean, I'm more of a Giganta sneaky guy than Sholdred person, but Pete Zeus. No, Trespasser minus sounds cringe. Let's call it Trespasser City. There is a chance that Trespasser reveals its true power more so towards the opponent than to its owner. But it's truly, every time I play against this card, I feel like that's the best thing ever. As the Hidetsugu comes all twice in the sideboard, bros. I'll play a Prelim with blue-white too. Unfortunately, there is not enough Pioneer Prelims at good times. There's a Pioneer Prelim... tomorrow midnight. I guess I'll play it tomorrow midnight. 1, maybe the 10 p.m. here. 4 of Go Blank? No 4 of Go Blank. That'll be too much. Too gobble. I play prelims because they have higher level than... I believe they represent a higher level of competition than leagues. This is a Triosk list too. Triosk 2 Trespasser, holy shit! Let's play 4 Bankbuster. It's probably not even like good to play 4 Bankbuster for the mirror, but maybe it is. I don't know. E price Trespasser. E price Graveyard Tresp. Kurwa no. Is it worth to pay 6 tickets to get them? Ay, ay, ay. Trespasser maybe not, but the Graveyard Glutton, that seems solid. It's only 6 removals in this deck. Maybe my problem with Trespasser is that I don't like Ward as a mechanic. Holy shit, that sounds extremely logical and well thought through. Bathroom break. Let's look at the spoilers from Murders at Karlov Manor. Holy shit, Commander previews. Holy shit, special guest previews. Holy shit, Ravnica Clue edition previews. Lavinia, foil to conspiracy. That's Clue is Commander legal, right? Nothing legal. So you don't actually read those. Mastermind Plume. Undercover Butler. Attacks the player with the most life. It can be blocked this turn. Knife. Library. Commanderos, Tearless. No, this is special guests. Victimized, Tearless Tracker. Tragic Split. She went sleeping chat. Ghostly Prison, Fabricate, Gamble, Field of the Dead. That's a useful card. Crouching Footfalls. Drown the Loch. Rhino with extra horns on the side of its face. Is that really how a rhino looks like? Can't wait to open Field of the Dead in your limited pack. Yeah. Show and tell. No ja mam takiego Pokemona, ja mam taką żabkę. Tutaj popatrz, taka jest żółciutka, trochę jak ty. Ze skóry. Mój, no ale tu taki tu rekinek jest, nie? Żabkowy mój, to jest generalnie gigosztos. O, no, robi wrażenie. Wymienisz się? Nie. Morska. Morska means... It's a adjective from the word sea in Polish. Well, I guess there is no noun for morskość. The special guest things will appear in the normal boosters, yeah. I think one per pack. Naval, yeah, that's probably a good word. No i chuja, spojrzymy teraz, bo mamy mecz do zagrania. Holy shit, turn 1 Gilded Goose. That opening sequence will leave my opponent begging for more. Turn 2 Sentinel and Nameless of the Nameless City. Perhaps. A chance for one per pack, but very small one. What ballpark are we talking about when we talk about very small? 0%? 1%? They play Darkseid Shores and they play actually Grixis Phoenix, like the bot said. They can't remove my Sentinel, so I get to kill them. Nice song request, Icy Wolf Jeden. Can't wait to listen to it for a little bit. Actually, I can't wait because I removed it from the song request queue. Let's prosperously and keep my opponent. So next turn I can go Amalia and Chord. Maybe I could have played Amalia. Next turn go Innkeeper and Chord. To kill both monsters. One of the monsters being Ledger Shredder and the second monster being my opponent. Holy shit. I have to say Gilded Goose was incredibly blank this game. I have the maps, so I can go Amalia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One short. Let's attack. And play Apparition on Shredder, maybe? Taking a heavy toll. My life total. That is taking the toll. Kokaina, kokaina w nosie. Bitter triumph. Okay, bitterly triumphed, my creature. The chance of getting a special guy is probably lower than 1%. Well, a specific special guest, you mean? Alright. Well, but that is 1.56%. Are all of the cards rare? Powabnie. Jak Michael. Etherflux Reservoir, huh? Jeszcze jedna. Jeszcze jedna. Jeszcze jedna. Bo nie gadam z psami. Format of this year Pro Tour. Well, today, or I guess the first PT is gonna be Pioneer. And it's happening in Chicago in February. Fail push. Okay. I get another walker. Marsh bloomed. The Urbor gave me a few life points, but I can't count how many. How to say the Sentinel maps added up for now. Victory! Let's board in Voice of Resurgence. Sentinel of the Nameless City. Let's cut Gilded Goose for being trash. Let's board Scavenging Ooze and cut Reservoiros. And maybe let's have a Fotsy or two. For counter magic for my return to the ranks. Can cut 2 cards. What decks is Voice bad against? It's pretty good overall. When I played Amalia previously, I ended with a list that just had Voice's main deck. Then makes a treasure cruise delve 9, right? Yes, and that's specifically a reason not to board it in. Because that sounds like barely any effect on the game. Then trades away Phoenix, right? Holy shit. You tried a Scorpion and it was worse welcoming Vampire. Thank you for your input. It is unsurprising. Maybe with 4 voice we could try to convoke the knight again, because its voice should be pretty decent at convoking the knight. I don't know if it makes the knight a good enough of a top deck, probably not. One code is good for me. Is good, my friend. I found that not to matter. But maybe that's because I board out Cord pretty often anyways. But Cord is pretty bad against all the attrition. It's pretty unexciting against all the attrition matchups. Unless you think differently, then let's get an untapped land. That's a tapped land. You ever tried Ranger class? I don't think so. Sounds interesting. Probably terrible. Actually sounds terrible. It is terrible. That was quick. Non-creature. Costs 2. Expensive. So like it's expensive, but it still gets locked down rather. That's the issue. I think the Grixis Phoenix deck is terrible. Like Gab always tells me that, oh, the blue-black Phoenix deck is actually just better in all the matchups because it gets to Fotsies, but it's just Phoenix. I don't know, broskis. Sometimes I talk with the user Guldukat about Phoenix, and he just keeps repeating himself, saying that he thinks Phoenix works well as a combo deck, but not well as a midrange deck, and I tend to lean similarly. What are you even doing? Casting a few cantrips, retaining a Phoenix? Phoenix isn't a great midrange threat. It's pretty fine, but just your deck does so little, and if you have the time walk combo, then your deck suddenly cantrips, and then eventually it just plays a game-winning combo that always wins. That's a pretty big deal. Imagine if we blocked last match. Yeah, there is a chance where I would have actually won if I responded to the Trespasser's ability, but I got too caught up in talking about my plays to actually make them. Crown, approved, school, staff, void, scepter, filling, gap, cavity, light, paid, wand, leap, pluck, bait button, urgent, filling, pluck, cavity, what else? Crown, dentist, dental terms. I knew this because actually I have a dentist visit scheduled in 2 hours. So it was fresh on my mind. So thank you, Mr. Dentist, for helping me solve connections, group words by themes, by topic, new puzzles daily on 22nd of January. Hope all your teeth are in order, Kaneki. Well, they should be after the visit. Surely. Void, scepter, staff. Scepter, staff, wand, button. Symbolic rods. School, light, paid, gap, leap, approved, void, urgent, gap, void, leap, light. No. School year, leap year, light year, gap year, paid actor, approved actor, void actor, and urgent actor. Rubber stamp words, approved, paid, urgent, void. I see. Void. Holy shit, I hate the fact that they are spoiling cards in random languages. Why can't they just spoil cards in like the normal version and English language alongside the different language version? Holy shit, Anzi D got a cease and desist. New Rhino cards, by the way. Six mana, destroy all artifacts and enchantments, sorcery. 2 mana, exile 2 cards from a graveyard. Player gains 2 and draws a card. Holy shit. I mean, maybe Rhinos wants this sometimes. Probably not. Engine engineer. Then the Scryfall person names the weird, like different language cards, some funny names, and they're sometimes pretty funny actually, but not always. It's pretty hard to have a good hit rate on being funny though, so I appreciate that. What was the reason for going back to Geese and Amalia? I promised myself earlier that I'll play one prelim with Geese in Amalia, because I don't think I actually played any prelims with Geese in Amalia, and all the lists online seem to have the Geese in them. Goose was so far boarded out in all of the matchups I played, and was played a few times on turn 1 and seemed to fail to contribute majorly to my victories, so it seems like it sucks, and I was indeed correct in my assessment. Agency Chief, ETBs, investigate twice. Lifelink. Wow, what a card. Call of Watchdog. Can't be turned face up during your turn. Wow. Tap creature, you may put a stun counter on it. If you do, put a stun counter on Sanctuary Wall. Well, that's pretty funny. Clue equipment. Sack draw. This creature attacks server 2. Equip 2. Seven mana Pyong, 7 mana 6/6 reach, gain 6 or better. I'm gonna play limited of this set actually, so let's read the limited cards. The Golari can read the dead like a newspaper. Holy shit. The Golari impressed me. Additional cost, collect evidence X, where X is the total mana value of the permanents this spell targets. Destroy up to one artifact, creature, enchantment, and planeswalker. Holy shit. That is potentially a lot of destroying for 4 mana instant. Total mana value of the permanents the spell targets. Holy shit. 4 mana instant? It's, you know, you probably can like only play one in your deck, but yeah, like in a Niv Mizzet deck. Seems like it is doable to get a 2-for-1 or 3-for-1, depending on the matchupos. If your graveyard is empty, it's uncastable. Yeah. Rituel, dissimulation mortelle. En tant que coût supplémentaire pour lancer ce sort, vous pouvez rassembler des preuves soit. Détruis toutes les creatures. Si des preuves ont été rassemblées, exilez une carte depuis la cimetière d'un adversaire. Then search son's graveyard hand library. Destroy all creatures, and you may extract something. Holy shit. Why do they let people extract things on like playable cards? Une carte. Seems like it hits basics, yeah. Holy shit, I kill all of your islands. Case of locked hot house. Replay an extra land. Holy shit, that's an Amulet Titan card. To solve, you control 7 or more. Solved, you may look at the top card at any time. This does not need to be its own card type. Literally and as Hammond, bro. You may play lands and cast creatures and enchantment spells from the top of your library. Holy shit, this is indeed a amulet card. It's gonna change everything. Lost in the Maze. Doesn't do anything. Wait, it protects your creatures, but it also stuns your opponent creatures. That's pretty interesting. Tapped creatures you control have hexproof. Maybe that's not nothing. Cryptex. 5 or more unlock counters on it. There's a 2-mana mana rock. Am I memeing on the hot house? I don't know anymore. Probably I will not play it. Most likely. Surveil free, then draw free. But we need to collect evidence free to use it, so. It seems pretty hard to use it as a mana rock, but it's the first 2-mana mana rock. Besides the 2 previous shitty ones. Hunted Bone Brute. Skeleton Beast. Opponent creates 2 dogs. Has a disguise too. When it dies, each opponent loses 3 life. Holy shit. Collect evidence means to exile cards with total mana value number or greater from your graveyard. This hits pretty hard. Maybe I can play it over Graveyard Trespasser in my red-black midrange deck. Case of the Crimson Pulse. Discard and draw 2. End of turn, control, have no cards in hand. Discard your hand and draw 2 cards, picking up your upkeep. We don't even know what this guy's is. This guy's is morph, but the morph also has word too. I have to say morph is probably a pretty bad ability when it comes to clarity, because you end up with phrasing that is pretty confusing. So you have these guys, one black, and you just have to remember that you have to pay 3 up front. And then that's the flipping cost. It's a bit weird. Holy shit, they printed push. This is a tapped creature, 1 black, seems like a Rhino's card. Sometimes I pull on it so hard I rip the skin. I mean, they printed morphs 20 years ago, so your argument fails a little bit. Because I found the old morphs odd to read at first, is what I meant. And I guess those cards in the same way. Okay, so the Trampled Garden. Distribute 2 counters. Then you have 8 power. Seems like a great fit to a Primal Titan deck. Six plus 2 equals 8. Solve the case. Pester Leech deals combat damage to a player. You mill 2 cards. That's a 1/1. This is the scam effect of the set. It's 2 mana, so presumed dead. Corpses are pulled from the Undercity canals every day. They will assume one's mine. Never assume. It makes us of Treacherous Greed. Cast a spell, sacrifice a creature that dealt damage this turn, draw 3, your opponent loses 3 and you gain 3. Holy shit. Sample collector. You may collect evidence free. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter. Holy shit, that's insane. Whatever broke out of here is at least half bear, and I would say some lizard as well. As Hammond, 3 mana. Upkeep, return land card from your graveyard, the battlefield tapped. Holy shit, is that an amulet card? You return Urza's Saga from your graveyard every turn. It comes back in your upkeep, triggers the first chapter, then it immediately triggers the second chapter in the main phase. And then next turn you have to return something else, but then it the first saga dies. This Sphinx looks really sad. Lamassu. When over 100 Lamassu enters the battlefield, all suspected creatures are no longer suspected. Six mana, 3/2. Double strike, trample. This creature though. 4 mana, 8/4. Holy shit. And you can't even block it, you can't even jump it. I guess it doesn't have haste. Good answer to Magus. Yeah. His claws stare at the foundations of civilization. Remy Frontier. Gilded Goose in my opening hand. Let's mulligan this hand. Let's keep this. Put back Apparition or Dina. Let's put back Dina. Apparition is more castable than Dina. Do I see myself playing any standard while it's the standard RCQ season? I might play the standard RCQ. Oh, I meant to say no. There is a weekend of tournaments in Warsaw when there is gonna be a few RCQs, so I'll probably play the sealed one, I guess, instead. So I guess no. The answer is no. Oh, I should almost press no on this one. It is extremely hard to start the machine of standard play and for people to start playing it. It's a very tough mission. Well, no one is invested in standard, so like now you can reinvest a little bit, but I'll hopefully qualify for Naples in Ghent or something. Let's play in keeper. That means my opponent doesn't have a creature to kill. Russian tanks were skipped. But yeah, like the issue with standard is that no one is invested, and like to get invested in a game that you have to play against other people, like you need people to play against, and then like, you know, it's just gonna be slow and maybe successful, maybe not. Well, 10 years ago, yes. 10 years ago, you had the... Holy shit, we win. Ten years ago, everyone was playing. They greeded. A little bit. Does order matter? If I have a land on top, then it matters to play Amalia first. I think the blocks, so like it being fun, it doesn't matter. It's just that COVID plus MPL made it so that there is no tournaments at like all levels, and then just kind of stopped existing. So let's get to Dina. Like it's just so obviously not about standard not being fun, and like it can't be about standard not being fun. It's just that there was infrastructure in place and there isn't that infrastructure now. $100 life. DNS on the bottom of your library. How about second Dina, which was closer? Holy shit. He's fighting. Just apparition at lol. Why? Just claim the phoenix. Just skyclave the phoenix. Why? I wanted to do it this way. Let's cut Gilded Goose. Holy shit, the Gilded Goose cuts are giga easy and that's nice. Let's have one Fotsies. This hand is incredibly mulligany. Yes, that's what I found too when I played with Goose. Game 1 it is nice sometimes, but I bought it out. Yeah, it also seems like good in the matchups that you don't play against, because all there is on Modo is Rakdos, Phoenix, Control. And when do you want the Goose against Gruul, Mono Green, Band deck, by the way? Mirror, maybe you want the Goose. I'm not even sure if like it actually speeds you. It's been the Fotsies. If Amalia has 20 power and you explore a lane, it would board wipe again, right? That's actually true. I haven't thought of that ever. But true, if we had a land on top, we would have board wiped ourselves. So my play was a bit bad. Holy shit, bro is just tapping out. Mills. Opt. What a noob. I mean... Yeah, what a hacking noob. Might get hit by a sweeper. I think I would rather play voice than ooze. I would have rather played ooze with a fast land. Why is there a tap land? It's so I can cycle after I draw all my lands with Amalia. It's really good, I swear. It truly is. Scry bottom. If he has a red source anger, that's gonna be really good for him now. Red source Brotherhood's end is gonna be less good, but even then, like I can follow up with ooze, consume a phoenix. It's not too bad. Although I would have preferred a 4 power Amalia. Said axe. Let me ask you a question. Discard a cruise. I think the scavenging ooze might be too late to effectively. Holy shit, discarded anger. So he has angers. Angers make voice significantly worse. Sentinel gets better though. I draw Walker, Amalia explores an untapped land, and that's how this game goes. Do I think he casts anger now? I do, yeah. Holy shit. Return to the ranks is worse if he has anger. Let's have an extra 4 season instead of 1. Look at 6 cards. I prefer Scry 6 dot to the bottom. Holy shit, Scattered Groves is truly impressing today. Why am I not bringing an Archon? Because it sucks. It doesn't do anything. It's a 3 mana creature with 3 points of toughness, which means it's dead to any impulse and any anger of the gods. So it trades down on mana or down on value always. So it's just not a good monster against Phoenix. It doesn't help me accomplish my combo, which is why my win condition here. The way I actually win. I hope that clarified your doubts. Very lucky to draw a land here. Means I can play Sentinel into anger. There's no way Archon is better than Deafening Silence, right? I can think of some ways. One of them being Court of Calling and the other one being Collected Company, but nothing else comes to mind, yeah. Would play Eidolon. I don't really want this kind of an effect against Phoenix. It is not what the game is about. It's not what I want to do in my game against Phoenix. So I prefer Archon, the better card against Lotus Field, because it is my Lotus Field hate card. Amalia drew 2 lands, which is very nice of her, very kind. Not a bad draw. Good Simply Company. Could explore on Sentinel attack for 4. Could attack with Sentinel and Cord Apparition. That seems to put my opponent in a rough spot. And I still have company. I think they need the Shredder to win. Wśliznął się Sentinel. I could also play Knight Errant as a sideboard card, but I wouldn't have 1-drops in my deck. Just like 4 Voice as a sticky monster to make casting Knight doable would be the idea. But Chord of Calling is also like weak in most matchups that I play. In most matchups that I play, I would prefer not to play Chord. Does this song count as gachi? No. It doesn't have gachi muchi in it. Discard Otawara. Play Untapped Land. Play Arclight Phoenixos. Return to the ranks. I can return Amalia. So if I hit Walker, I will win. Holy shit, I love Collected Company. I really hacking do. Walker. Well, no, that's gonna keep my Amalia for toughness. I have 5 mana next turn. Probably more mana is better. Can use the maps on the Walker then too. Let me ask you a question. Let's go, Anger of the Gods. No, Treasure Cruise. Makes sense given that he discarded a Treasure Cruise spot. More energy. I have found that Sentinel and Walkers by themselves are usually enough to beat Phoenix. Sentinel and Walker seems pretty good against Phoenix, yeah, because it gets Walker over 4 toughness. That is indeed quite solid. Let's make this 6 toughness. Maybe it doesn't actually help against Anger plus Shock, but I think I'm pretty okay against Anger plus Shock. I play another Sentinel. Well, kinda. Holy shit, I 3-1 the Prelim, but I felt terrible about it. Let's go back to like the list that I had that looked not so bad. I think Extraction Specialist indeed kinda stinks. It rarely... People play cards that make it weak. And Sentinel impressed, so Welcoming Vampire, I don't know. Let's go 4 Voice, 1 Kelan. And let's play Knight Errant in the sideboard. This deck is too weak to tech for the mirror, so let's not do that. Scene Collector seems weak. Guardian of Faith. Holy shit, have faith. Why don't I search for all 3 MV Pyre creatures with ETBs? Why ETBs specifically? Just because ETBs are good, or for a different reason? What birds? This is Amalia Birdless. Amalia Birdless. Chord doesn't count. Green Devotion seems pretty completely kill and Pioneer. Like it's probably a tier 2 deck you can play, I guess. But it seems pretty kill. Do I think Melira could be played in this version? What do you want to achieve with Melira? Perhaps Melira. This might for temporary lockdown. Sure. Which is the best deck you would recommend in Pioneer? Or Reacdos Midrango? You lost to Toxic yesterday after comboing? That is funny. Haas is the Warsaw in Mondo Cringe. Are you asking if I want to play War of the Spark Sorin in this deck? Let me read it. I have the feeling that the main deck, the sideboard minus strategy, is more important for the win. What? Holy shit, he's mad. The feeling that the main deck. I have the feeling more than the main deck, the sideboard strategy is more important for the win. Psh, yeah. Sideboarding into midrange or not, I mean. Yeah. I'll play a prelim with chords main and knight sideboard like this. I have 27 creatures. I'll cut chords to fit the knights and then the Thoughtseize. Seems a bit hard to do. Let's say I'm playing as blue-white. I get to... $10? I think boarding and get lost against blue-white is not good. Then I cut... What is weak against control? Maybe it's like Wildgrove Walker that's weak against control. Even though you're making it stronger with the Sentinel. The 7. 8, 9, 10, I guess. I might not love welcoming Vampire no more. Vampire was pretty strong. It let me draw plenty of cards against Blue-Eyed. But then I always failed to convert those cards into a win, which I felt was a bit of an issue. I mean, you could cyber like that, I don't know. Only 2 walkers in the deck. Yeah, trapping by Knight Errant. No, I mean, one of the big issues with Knight Errant I had was that my deck was weak versus other assembling the combo, but I think postboard just wants something. Gonna be easier if I only play 3 Knight Errants, so I'll cut one and I'm going to add a Fiddle Bush. Mythic MDFCs. Why? I got them Zawakening, Uncastable, and Bad Land, Emeria Skull. It's expensive. And Medium Land. The other one is 7 mana too. No, I have not considered those. I get lost because people are starting to play the giant over the night. Who's people? I thought they're gonna stop doing that by now. Right, what are 4 Knight Errant boards? Science. I saw Ginger playing it. Holy shit. Doesn't he know that the only thing he needs to demolish Amalia is Graveyard Trespasser times 4? I think he doesn't. Also, I thought Amalia Winter is already over. It was played in large numbers at the RC, then it kind of died out for being a bit stinky. But seems like Magic is not about being rational anymore. You say Quintorius is playing 4 giants postboard. If they do that, then you get fucked and you die. But it is insane. I think that's a downside of playing a deck that is easy to hate on too, because then people can put the card into the sideboard and at certain points people will just think, what if I play a Quakebringer to fuck over Canister? While against Blue-Eyed you are like, shit, I can't do anything anymore. Anyways, there is no way I can beat them. So I won't bother trying. That said, I guess we 3-1 the Prelim. The Legacy Prelim in an hour? There shouldn't be one. Holy shit, is that normal? Is that every Monday? Well, I will not play it anyways because I have a dentist appointment at 1, so I'll have to leave soon. But I didn't realize it was there. Think blue-white will be everywhere at the PT with the new counter spell? Not necessarily. I guess the mana leak is an improvement to the deck. But not necessarily a big one, right? Because the cost of blue and white, don't they play colorless lands? Maquin Sauce. Saka Citadel, holy shit. Field of Ruin, Demolition Field. So yeah, if you want to play that, it's pretty hard to play the mana leak. They did play 4 Veto already. Yeah, but Veto is a late game card and Mana Leak is a turn 2 card. You need to have Mana Leak up on turn 2 and Veto, like, if you don't, it's fine. It's like for turn 10. Rewind, holy shit. The variant up for Mana Leak 2. Yeah, maybe you can play it regardless. Maybe you don't end up playing Field of Ruin. I don't know. Field of Ruin City seems pretty good to have against the Hive of the Eye Tyrant cities that the Rakdos decks are. 4 manlands. Seems like could really make a difference. Well, also they have 3 basics, so you can just bully their lands at some point. Doesn't sound irrelevant. I guess those lands would also, like, if you can Stone Rain your opponent, Mana Leak would become better. But then it also becomes worse because you can't cast it. Holy shit. Perpetual. Problem. Gilded Amalia is pretty good. They have 1 basic. Impossible to fit more in a 3 color mana base, and then you also reshuffle their explorers sometimes. So even if they combo into a 2020 Amalia, put a return on top, you're like, yep, shuffle. Draw a land, of course, because you're unlucky. So this deck does seem pretty strong. Although I never got a good grasp on blue-white versus Rakdos. How does that matchup feel? Because I think it's like one of those matchups where Both sides are favored. Before lockdown, it's favored. I mean, I guess lockdown is pretty good against Ragdas now. They have more 2-drops. What about your potential as a player? Exactly. Yorion. Alright, time to download this. Don't even have the cards at all. Canister, please don't. Just one Prelim. One Prelim, I promise. Just jump a 4-hour league, bro. Holy shit. Alright, schedule for this week. Since Alpmetige asked. So today the stream finishes in roughly 8 minutes. Tomorrow I play the Pioneer Prelim and Modern Prelim and probably the Pioneer Prelim too. Okay, so the Prelim tomorrow is gonna take 4 hours because it's gonna be blue-white. Then on Wednesday, no stream. Then on Thursday, 9 AM Modern, noon Pioneer. Will I be on site on Friday? Perhaps. Then Saturday and Sunday. Friday I'm leaving for Ghent. To Ghent. For Ghent. And Saturday, Sunday I am playing in Ghent. I will be playing Amulet Titanos and I will be dodging Magus of the Moon every round. Headcam stream in Ghent. No, no stream. Only head. I am in fact not qualified for the PT that Ghent feeds into. Normally, the RC took for the next PT took place after the current PT happened. But Ghent actually feeds to Seattle in April. It's gonna be the Cowboy PT. The qualification for Lille, the qualification for Chicago was already in Lille in September last year, so it was a while ago. So now it's PT Cowboy City qualification on the line. Yes, I can still queue through Chicago if I do well in Chicago. If I fail to qualify in Ghent. Winner celebration stream Monday. I will be traveling back Monday morning, so probably no stream on Monday. Am I taking the train? I'm taking a plane. It's not really possible to take a train to there. I'll take the plane. I already have a ticket, so makes sense, right? Niemcy, by the way. Any Niemcy in the chat? Feels German. Holy shit. Do I live in the middle of nowhere? No, I live in the middle of Poznań. Which is a big city. Top tier Polish city. Stryj. Fajnie. Stryj pod Lwowem. See you tomorrow.